Hello, welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl. So, couple of videos to go, including this one, and this one is the second 2,500 point army list. We took a look at a previous one in the previous video, and again, exactly the same. This army is supposed to be fun to play with, fun to play against. I don't recommend you take this to a tournament. It is more about having fun, local gaming clubs, or playing at home with friends. So let's take a look and see what's in this one. So, characters-wise, we're taking a handmaiden of the Everqueen, and she is going to be the general of the army. Heavy armor, she's going to have the Horn of Isha and the Seed of Rebirth for some regeneration. Archmage there is going to have it's going to be level 4 with Dispel Scroll and High Magic, with the Mage level 2, Power Scroll and Illusion. I think that's a really good combination. You saw that in the previous army list. Like I said, I do like my level 4 with the level 2 support, and I think High Magic and Illusion is the way to go, though often I would default to Battle Magic, so worth consider that, but I think High Magic in this case. Dragon Mage. So we're taking this, and this is the aim of this is to have a bit more points spent on characters, do something a bit different. Dragon Mage wouldn't be a competitive choice for me, but I think he's a fun choice to take without being too oppressive for for another player to play against. You know, yes, you've got a dragon in there, but it's a mage on it, right? It's not this ultimate combat character with this ultimate combat mount. Yeah, the mount's going to do quite a bit, but the mage himself is not the best in combat. So I think that would be a fun one to play. And we're going to take a noble as a battle standard bearer. He's going to have the Cracian Hunter, Elven Honor. So go figure where he's going. He's going to take a Cracian Greatblade, shield, and full plate armor. Though please note that if he's using the Cracian Greatblade, he cannot use the shield as well, because it's a two-handed weapon. So that brings us at 869 points, so more than 300 points more than the previous army list. This is much more character heavy, the bulk of that because of the Dragon Mage. Okay, so core-wise, we've got Sisters of Avalorn, our core, and that's because we've taken our Handmaiden as our army general. 20 Sisters of Avalorn, I definitely think that's warranted, with a High Sister and giving them Stubborn as well. And they're supported by 2 units of 20 Elven Archers with Musician this time. And again, pretty close to the minimum on the core there that you can take. Okay, in the special category, yes, we've got 20 White Lines of Crace. And as I said before, they are not what you would normally that I would normally default to, but I do think they can be fun to play, and if used right and supporting other units, they can be quite interesting. So Guardian, Standard Bearer, Banner of Arcane Protection with the Noble in the unit as well as the Battle Standard Bearer with that Banner of Arcane Protection. I think that's going to be quite nice. Supporting them is going to be 20 Shadow Warriors with Shadow Walker and Feigned Flight. So I think the interesting thing with this army, and then when you look at the rare category, you've got the Eagle Claw and the Frostheart Phoenix. You've got a lot of things that an enemy is going to have to think about. You've got Shadow Warriors who are going to be doing movement shenanigans. You've got a Frostheart Phoenix, which is a flying monster, but you've also got a dragon running around as well. So you've got 2 flying monsters you've got to think about. You've got the Frostheart Phoenix supporting the White Lines of Crace, giving an enemy army, an enemy unit that it's in base contact with, strike last. That can really help out the White Lions. The Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower, providing some long-range, sort of heavier fire support, plus the units of archers in there, plenty of magic support. I think this just becomes a really interesting one to play with and against, because there's just so many different things going on here. I think if you sort of got a plan in your mind how you want to deploy and how you're going to play it, depending on what you're facing, you can really do some cool shenanigans with this army that can be quite fun to play. But as I said, it's not competitive. This is a fun one to play with and against, like I say, because there's a lot going on here. But I think it does synergize quite well with some of the stuff that's going on. You say you've got your archers with your Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. That's your part of your gun line. Your 2 flying monsters that can either work together or work independently. Your magic support to your White Lions, which are going to need it, and then your Shadow Warriors again, which is doing all sorts of movement shenanigans and adding to that gun line, but also being able to sort of, the fire and flee, the feigned flight and evasive and so on. So there you go, that's the second army list. Again, let me know what your thoughts are down below as a fun to play pickup game list. And we got one video to go, and that will be the end of the High Elf faction focus, and we're going to be taking a look at the missing units from the High Elf roster. So tune back in, that's going to be an interesting one. If you like this video though, give it a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. Hit the button below, it's totally free, it takes a couple of seconds. I really, really appreciate it. It's a massive, massive deal for me. It's a huge deal for me. So thank you for that in advance. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in. One video to go.